Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about some conspiracy theories that Freedom sent me on Instagram. They're light ones, they're not like into the heavy ones that I'm usually used to reading. It is going to be a test of if YouTube will slow down my videos even more because, for a while people couldn't even put conspiracy theory on their titles or anything. But I'm seeing it happen more again. I'm seeing people using conspiracy theories there. So I'm hoping that it's not YouTube not, but I don't know, maybe the people that are doing it just don't care. But if this does work out and I they don't bother me about it, then I'll want to get into some of the ones that I liked that I used to talk about and stuff. The more deeper ones, I would just do more research on it and like talk about it. That would be fun for me to start doing because I like conspiracy theories for the most part. It's just that YouTube, says has like you're not supposed to discuss all this stuff. But anyway, welcome everybody into my channel. Thank you for the people that replay because I know this is late night, so I appreciate the people that replay this and thank you to the silent viewers that watch. And I hope one day you feel comfortable enough to chat. And yeah, we'll just wait for a few people to come in and hopefully get this thing started. I always forget. And if you guys could please hit the like button, even the people that are just looking for some gossip, why don't you hit that like button? I was on time today. Uh, then the dry sinuses and stuff are going away for the most part. I do, when my nightly medicine, I do get some allergic reaction that, hello Betty, I do get some allergic reaction that's like, it gets me stuffy or whatever. So I don't know if that's gonna happen because I was a little late in taking in my medicine, so it's pretty close to um this time. So it might get stuffy. I don't know. We'll see. Um, hold on, you guys. I'm getting selfish behavior. Give me a second. I think I took care of it. Hopefully, hopefully that wasn't. I didn't miss anything. So yeah, I was saying now I took my medicine later, um, so it might affect how I sound, like the test or whatever. If that doesn't come on, then I'll be fine talking through this. I'm just gonna stop if I do sound nasally or congested, so hopefully I don't. I got tea, but um, hello. What is that? Nothing. Nothing. I'll just say nothing. I don't know what the other parts are. Hey, sweetums. I got some tea to help me with my congestion, but my back's so bad right now where I can't move. I only move for very, very necessary things because my back is in so much pain. I've never had this much pain, and I've always suffered from a lot of back pain. So for it to increase and then extend down my legs and arms is really, really difficult. And I'm hoping it's just a phase and it will stay forever. But yeah, I'm really limited to what I could do. I was already very limited before. Now I'm really, really extremely limited. Sweet as I was saying, I'm going to go over some of these conspiracy theories when we get a few more people in here. Thank you. Yeah, this it's always bad when I get something different than what I feel all the time on a regular basis. Hi, the game. I'm gonna wait till like I usually do. I would say the 10 or 15-minute mark to thank you to start some of these conspiracy theories. I went through some, so some they're not too like too deep or anything. Hey, Rainbow Bright, but yeah, I'm okay. But there's anything. I didn't read all through all of them. I was just like, okay, I could use. But if we go through this and you guys see like if there's something conspiracy there you guys want to chat and this is well on this video, you guys could always send it to my Instagram and so I can look over. Hopefully one of my mods jump in here soon. Um, what I like those conspiracy theories is there, and yeah, they're not too out there exactly, and actually kind of yeah. Even though mine are out there, and I think they're believable, but yeah, these are more simple and more the everyday person that maybe if you don't even know what conspiracy theories is, they could join in the conversation because it's simple, you know. Um, yeah, it's not too far out there. But I was just saying at the beginning, if people like this and YouTube doesn't slow it down, then I would want to go into the deeper, the darker ones that I know about and have always liked to learn about. I wonder what's up with tonight. Um, Hi Bobby. Oh, there we go. Hey Gina. My audio seems to be cutting out a little bit. Alright. Let me know if it still sounds the same, like within the next minute, if it's still doing it. And then I'll just turn off my Wi-Fi. But yeah, what was I saying? I feel like I'm talking like my audio's like my audio's cutting out. No, I see that my computer's doing something too. So is it still happening? I just might turn off the Wi-Fi for tonight. Sometimes when it gets windy, like we have windy days, even though it isn't really windy the last 2 days were sometimes okay. Is my fan passing? Let me grab my pillow. Um, I turned off my Wi-Fi. Tell me if that makes a difference. Oh, Rainbow Bright said I could hear you okay. Yeah, because I don't think my fan is getting to where the mic is. And I always have a fan on me, so. But I might have to turn it a little bit. You are so clear to me. Okay, so it was just a Wi-Fi today. Um, Sometimes it just does that. All right. Um, do you guys want to do the three emojis? If people don't know what we do with the three emojis, it's just we put three emojis of how our day went and discuss it if you want to. But if you don't, you can just put them up there. Or if you don't, like I said, if you don't want to do it all, you don't have to do it. But I think it's something fun to do. So let's do our three emojis. What? Oh, this charger might be. Hey, how do I get this off? Um, Hold on a second. The weather has been out of control, yeah. Mine is, look, of course, the cry face, cry face. And because I just have been in, when I'm in extra pain and it limits my daily life that's already limited, that's pretty much where you're going to catch me right there in the why the hell is this my life face. Yeah. Nobody else put theirs? I know, it's taking a minute to put mine. But I hope YouTube doesn't mess up this video just because it says conspiracy theories. Like, even my toes hurt because of my back. I could feel the difference in everything. A chair. Ordered a new computer chair. Sick of dealing with work people. Can't wait for the holiday season to be over. Oh, sweetums. I know the new computer chair is probably going to be comfy, though. It's like everything, sweetums. It's sciatic. It's just sciatic because I have three types of arthritis. Um, it's just everything. Ham, potato, and pie is Rainbow Brights. Went shopping for Christmas, lunch, dinner, ham. Potato salad and pie is on the menu. That sounds good. I haven't had ham in a long, long, long time. But I would always, when it was, served in like the holiday meals, I would always eat it. Gina's is, I was getting a package early in the morning, so I stayed up. Every time I laid down, Coco wanted her to go out by 2 a.m. I said, forget it about it and let her have fun. Let her run up the house. Oh no, woke up to shit. Oh no, is she still like that though? Like, you don't think maybe she gotta go to the vet? At least she went on the pads I put down. Yeah, that's a good thing. Um, yeah, if that was my dog, they would be in the vet. 3 days of that? That's not good. Um, I ordered the wall. You know how I was talking about the Walmart package. I always order like at 3 o'clock in the morning. They usually um do it the next day, but this time they said they couldn't do it the next day, so they would do it the day after, which I didn't care. But why do they deliver the thing at 10 o'clock at night? Like, who the heck? I was so glad somebody was up to go get it. But delivering at 10 o'clock at night, what's wrong with you? And then they put these things, I swear, these things, the bags that they use are the size of a shower curtain. It just doesn't make any sense why they use such huge delivery packages for three little things. It's just such a waste. Holiday time for him since it's on sale. Yeah. So I got like I said, I was getting my last minute Christmas treats that they're not gonna have anymore. So I got those Christmas cookies again, and the other two things come tomorrow. I think they said the turtles, the chocolate turtles, and chocolate turtles and something else. What else did I get? Oh, those Hershey chocolate formed like bells or whatever. She has her appetite because she wants my food, just not hers. So I've been giving her doggy biscuits. Oh, okay. Cherry turtles, those sound good. Yeah, they are good. That's why I said I had to get another one before it wasn't around anymore. Even though it still was like kind of expensive for those. But I love turtles anyway, so and they're fresh. Sometimes when you buy turtles, period, they're always old. They always seem old. So Walmart has them where they're pretty fresh. Oh my God, here we go. Is she usually picky? Yeah. I don't know. If she's still going like that, I wouldn't wait too long. But I don't know dogs when it comes to. I just know people usually take their dogs to the vet after a certain amount of time. If they're going like that. Alright, let's get into um I've seen a video of someone mixing cordial cherry chocolates. I had no idea it was butter and powdered sugar. Oh, was it? Is that what it is? Oh. Yeah, it's cherry cordial is really, really rich. Like could only have the cherry cordial chocolates like once in a blue moon because they're so rich. I hope your dog feels better. Yeah. So the gooey stuff inside is butter, and no wonder it's so rich because of that. All right, let's start some conspiracy theories. Like I said, these are simple ones. I think we'll all be able to like join in the. Nobody will be like, "What? I never heard about that." All right, the first one is conspiracy. Now, does everybody know what conspiracy theories means? Like the gist of it? Before I start this. Because maybe people think, "Oh, this is real." Well, basically, conspiracy theory is death. It's nothing proven. It's just like, some people will think a certain, something, and then you just discuss it. So it's always a good conversation, but nothing is a proven fact or anything. Mainly, it's just opinion because it's not fact. So there's always something to conversate about. Because usually there's both sides, like a person that doesn't believe it and a person that does. And that's what makes good conversation. So the first one is the government is hiding stuff in Antarctica. Antarctica. What do you guys think about that? I think hell yeah, for sure, 100%. I believe that. What do you guys believe it or not? I think anything that they're not showing us, they're hiding something in. Sweetums says, what would they hide? I don't know what to think of that. What would the government hide? Maybe weapons. Maybe labs creating illnesses. um, maybe things that could control the weather. You want me to keep on going? There are a lot of things they could be hiding. So I see Sweetums is new to the conspiracy theory things, even though she said these. Yeah, so Sweetums, it took 2 weeks before she was eating like a horse. I just kept offering her kibble too. She ate it. I didn't want to give her wet or upset her stomach. Oh, it took 2 weeks for her before when she was sick. I think they have more hiding places than just. Oh yeah, exactly. That's why I said I think there's way more, but Antarctica's one of them. I don't think I believe that one yet respectfully. Okay, there's always two sides, yeah. But you gotta think the government got a lot tucked under their belt that we don't know about, and where are they putting it, you know? Gina, what do you think? Okay, Gina, that's person. Yeah, she knows her best. Damn, even Antarctica's safe. I think the government hides, but I never thought of it. Because they're not showing us all of Antarctica. Like, wasn't there just a team in there that said that they found the edge of it or something like that? I don't know if it was true or fake, but it looked cool and real. Uh, Number two. What is how much here? I don't know. I forgot. Sirens slash mermaids exist, but they don't look like Ariel. So, do you guys think sirens or mermaids exist? They just don't look. I think 100% they exist, and they look like creatures of the Black Lagoon. If you know what that creature looks like, I think they probably look like scary ass creatures. Because there's no way in hell, I think, how gross men are. There's no way in heck they didn't try to do it to some type of, what are they called in the sea? Are they called mammals? Whatever the things are in the seas. I know a man got together with something in the sea and created something. I don't think mermaids exist. They said sailors saw manatees and were so drunk that they. Oh, beautiful lady. Oh my gosh. Really? They probably hopped out of manatee. I'm sorry, but I think people created it a long time ago because of how gross they are. And that just kept on going on and on. So everybody's a skeptic for this one. I'm a skeptic with the aquatic inland animals. Okay. I think they exist too because the ocean is so big and deep that they're still fighting new creatures. Yeah. So nobody likes my theory that men done did it to something along the line and got it pregnant, and there your mermaids go. No, just me. Okay. Number three. Celebrities don't actually give their children ridiculous names. Their real names are hidden to protect their identities, as being in the spotlight puts their safety at risk. This one for me, um, maybe, but why give them such a stupid name publicly? But hopefully, because, calling your kid Apple or Blanket and all that stuff is, uh, wait, so William says, agreed. Trisha Paytas, what did she do? Nick gave her kid a stupid name? Do we put her in the celebrity category, though? I don't know what her kids' names are. She named her. Oh, you think that those are fake? Those are probably real. She's out there, out there. I don't know. That seems like something she would do. I mean, I will. Wait. I mean, I will never rain on anyone's good time. Hunt Bigfoot while I eat nachos. Have fun. But I think they're fake names to protect them. I don't know about with the Trisha Paytas thing, though. I think she would name her kids that. Anybody else can chime in on that one? I mean, it could be. I wouldn't want everybody knowing my kid's name like that. I mean, they're so crazy. I have a hard time believing their real names. Yeah. She has three kids? I thought she only had two. Her third son is named Aquaman Moses. Oh my gosh, I hope that junk is fake. So do you guys watch her? Has her having kids grounded her any? Or she's still pretty much how she used to be? Yes, Gina, that's no way that's a real name. We're talking about Trisha Paytas here. Yeah, no, I really hope that's a fake name. But like I said, we said celebrity. She's the lowest point of a celebrity. I'm sorry. So let's get more mainstream than that. Um, Celebrities that name their kids far named are just far out. Yeah. Oh, okay. You don't watch. You just read the name somewhere. I wonder if that's why Kanye named his firstborn North. You have me wondering. Now, yeah. I think those are their names, though. I think Apple is real because my cousin's ex-wife was called C. So I was just saying, no, I think Apple was like the first name that I heard. That I was like, what? You named your kid Apple? And then, like I said, Michael Jackson with Blanket. Like, um, yeah. Last night's live did pretty good. I thought that we was slowing down a little bit, but we got, I think, over 200 views in while we were chatting. Which is good for this channel. Elon Musk named his kid that symbol. Yeah, I heard that. I would probably name my kid a symbol. That seems kind of cool. Just because I'm so how I'm with my name, I would want maybe I'll change my name to a symbol, and it will just be the middle finger. I'll just be giving everybody the middle finger, like "fuck you," that's my name. Uh, Blanket was a nickname too. I thought over the balcony thing. After the no, that's what the baby's name was when he announced it. I think. Yeah, yeah, Sweetums. The emoji will be your whole name. But like I said, tonight I'm risking it because YouTube might be like, oh, you got can't even say stuff, conspiracy theory in your name. We're not about to. And I see the numbers haven't gone up very much, so we'll see. Like I said, I love testing this because I wanted to talk about the ones that are way deeper than this, but um, I won't be able to if they don't like this little simple stuff. Google said his birth name was Prince Michael. Oh, so the Prince Michael one is Blanket? Oh, okay. Blanket. I'm drinking some ginger ale. Hopefully that makes me burp. Mm. Why I feel like usually I look into my can if it's been sitting there a minute just to see if a gnat or something flew in it. But did you guys ever drink a soda and something was in it? Like you left it there and something was in it? That was just my imagination thinking something was on my tongue because I was like, oh, I didn't look in it. So my mind played tricks on me. But have you guys ever left something then started drinking it and something was in it? I know one time there was somebody had put their soda down and it was in a cup and they went to drink it and there was a spider and it went in their mouth. And I couldn't stop laughing for days because that was a dumb bitch and they deserved it. But yeah, the spider then crawled in the cup. Um, oh, that's a name to my comment of your new name. Oh, I thought I saw it. Was that held when I saw it? Oh, wait, maybe I didn't see it. Hmm. Did it get held, Gina? Do you know? I don't see anything. I didn't see anything get hidden or anything. Um, something like what one time my cousin tossed a cigarette in the soda thinking I was done drinking it. Oh no. Did you actually drink it though? I heard the AI symbol is pronounced ash. Why not just name? Well, because he's an ass. Ass, not ass. That's why he gotta think he's some special shit. Why in my mind did I think I saw the middle finger thing? I don't know. So what? They just didn't put it up at all? Was it a middle finger emoji rainbow? Oh, maybe I didn't see it then. No. I don't know why I thought I saw the middle finger. I've had a horrible experience of drinking a drink with cigarette butts. Ew, in it. Yuck. Huh. Yeah. Nothing's showing now. How weird. I didn't see it. Mandela effect. No, Mandela effect doesn't happen that quick. Alright, here's the next one. If we didn't have a nose, we wouldn't know smelling exists. If we didn't have ears, we wouldn't know sound exists. So there's definitely something out there that is beyond for us to interpret because we don't have that organ or that ability to do it. So basically, obviously saying there's things out there like science, that we won't ever be able to pick on because we're not capable. We don't have the whatever it is to pick up on it. Like, like I said, how you smell because of your nose and stuff like that. I mean, I obviously believe that because there's so many ways of communication that we don't know of just from like look at whales. Whales are like the number one signal to everything that's on the land, that's in the water, and their things are so important how they have to send signals and vibrations out to keep things in tune. And it's not like we're less hearing that shit. And, that's what keeps everything going. So, of course, there's going to be a lot more that we don't know that we can't interpret because we don't have the parts to. So, I believe that's true. What do you guys think? If you guys don't know about the whale thing, you should look it up because it's very interesting how whales have to, I don't know, the connection to what it does to the earth, in the water, um, just from signals and vibrations and noises. That is so cool. What the important parts that whales play in our lives, in everybody, in everything's life. So, what do you guys think? Yay or nay on the also the way birds and insects migrate? Yep, exactly. The whales just set everything in motion all the time. Gina, no, you did not say repeat it again. Do you know this was. I will repeat it again. If we have a nose, we wouldn't know smelling exists. If we didn't have ears, we wouldn't know sound exists. So there's definitely something out there that is far beyond for us to interpret because we don't have the organ or the ability to. So basically, it's saying, like we don't have the ability for something out there because we don't have the body part to interpret it. So, like I said, I agree to that for sure. We did. Yes, that's true, but other senses become heightened, yeah. Even the way dogs have super smell and animals can glow in the dark or occupy octopi can change their skin, yeah. I guess I always wondered by geese, like geese will fly in the V, yep, all that stuff. We can't really comprehend, but it's out there. Okay, let's go to number 5. The American schools purposely teach students about American history almost every school year to keep them small minded from other countries, like having to basically learn U.S. history for 11 years and only getting 1 year to learn about world history has always seemed weird to me. So basically, the U.S. system purposely teaches American students almost. I don't know if this one's like. I think that these two are sort of. Wait, no, what is it? I read another one. This one's better than that. We'll just go into this one because that one's just like whatever. Humans are slowly developing zoochosis. Now, this one is interesting. Zoochosis is a form of psychosis that develops in animals held captive in zoos. Though it is thought that humans are slowly developing zoochosis from the lack of change in their life, Glucosis can also make animals stressed, leading to anxiety. Same thing could happen with humans. I believe this 100% because look at how we are. I really believe that Americans are they're not developing like other countries because there's really not a broad range of learning. You know, they take out a bunch of arts out of the schools. Um, People, adults that have their own option to do whatever they want to do in their days, aren't tempted anymore to do like hands-on stuff or anything like that. It's more scroll, 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 scroll. That's it. And then you know, I just think minds are definitely getting very small, and you're not going to find very many deep thinkers or anything like that anymore. Everybody's very, very surface. That is it. And that sucks. So I definitely believe that one 100%. Yes, we are a nation of bozos. Exactly. Um, believe that one's weird too. Believe that's how. What the heck is that word? I don't know what the heck that word is. We've always got a word that I can't say up in here. Like, I don't know. They control the masses, but yeah. Yes, my dog is pooping in the house because I can't break from the zoochosis. Gina, you better break from your zoochosis and stop that dog from pooping in the house. Shoot. That's why no matter that I keep myself distracted with, I do keep myself distracted with playing a game or whatever, but anytime I have conversation, you know, I always put my phone down. I always try to make the person who's having the conversation with me put their phone down. I definitely am a deep thinker, and I don't think that I will never let my mind be a fucking surface thinker. I'm just too much of a deep thinker. So I always reading conspiracy theories, all that other stuff, just so I could, you know, have deeper shit. I don't just go with whatever. I don't go with the flow. Oligarchs, the super rich people like Jeff Bezos. Oh, okay. Oligarchs. I don't, but yeah, definitely. I think we all agree that that there is people are in control. Like I said, with phones, and that's all they need. They don't need human interaction. And then when they have relationships, all they do is sit there on their phone, which I'll never understand. I will never understand. Raising babies now is look, the baby knows how to go through a phone at 6 months. That shouldn't be a thing. That you know, my daughter I think is a little too strict with how she restricts everything, but I can understand why she restricts everything where he can't watch TV, anything moving, you know. Like we could put Snoopy Jazz on, which just has a picture of Snoopy, and then the music playing in the background, or 30 minutes of screen time, and so that his mind won't be like that. But I think it's sad when I see a baby that knows how to control a phone and get it to their favorite show, and that's what stops them from crying. It's like that's not good. That's not good at all. Uh, that's why they're dismantling libraries. Yep, exactly. That's so sad to me. And public education and baiting people into getting obsessed with their phones and more are not able to advance in life. Exactly. That is so sad that they're getting rid of libraries. I can't believe that stuff. No, pronounce it like me. Oh, let me see. You better be drinking water, Gina. I'm about to drink some water before I pronounce how you would do it. Dang, I hope Winter Moon pops up in here. Come on, Winter Moon, you can do it. You can get back in the flow. You gotta try to push yourself back in the flow of things. We're still praying for you if you are listening to this back. Um, okay, Gina's pronunciation of the word that I don't even know if I said it right is oligarchs. Oligarchs. But the other one is oligarchs. I don't oligarchs. I can't say it. No, not this again. I'm not even saying that word. Yeah, the world doesn't need iPad babies. Exactly. I just can't picture how when they go as an adults, like what are they gonna have for themselves? It's gonna be a cold. It's already a cold world, but I could just imagine when they start ruling stuff. My niece already said she's not having the iPad kid. Yeah, and it's hard because you have more crying kids, but that's how they used to be. I'm glad when I watched my grandbaby that I saved that 30 minutes time to when I really, really need it. But then most all the other time I have him, not out with nothing on. Uh, yeah, we miss you and are here for you, Winter. Yes, Sweetums, that is the truth. You know why social media is free? Because we're the product. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Alright. Next theory. Not theory. Oh, yeah, conspiracy theory. Just in case you're listening, hey, Winter, take your time. Exactly. Take your time, but no, you need, just even saying hi or something might brighten, your mood a little bit. This one says NASA didn't stop exploring the ocean, they just stopped showing us. So I didn't know NASA stopped exploring the oceans. So, but if they did, then for sure they're just not showing us what's going on because there's so much of the ocean that um nobody has seen. So if they're doing it on the down low. I think they're doing it on the down low for sure. Stop computer. Um, NASA explores space. Yeah, that's why I was like, if they, I didn't know they. That's why I said I didn't even know if they did it. So if they stopped it, then they're just not showing us. This isn't my conspiracy theory. This is some people wrote it on somebody's comments. James Cameron, Titanic. He's exploring the ocean. He's the only one. I see a lot of shows that explore the ocean. The deep ocean scares me. It does me too. I don't watch that stuff. Too scary. I do see this number not moving at all, so that means nobody has popped in and out of here. So watch when I get off here, it's gonna be like 23 views. Oh, now it moved up to 8 real quick. Oh. So I gotta talk about the numbers for it to move, YouTube. That's kind of suspicious. That's kind of sus. Um, National. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I don't know if it stopped it, then um now it's like here, take your 5 again. You know what, YouTube? I don't understand why you gotta do this to me. I do not go into the fish's home. I will wait for you on the beach. Yeah, I'm too scared of all that water stuff. Uh, Sweden said, "Rainbow, are you still here?" I know. I'm telling you. I don't know if they like the conspiracy thing. But what did I put yesterday? I need to go more to that where. stuff was okay. And then we waited until the middle of the live to get a little bit over R rated. Um, what about this one? Nobody cares about fine art. Rich people use it to launder money. 100% they use fine art to launder money. That is, I say a yes. Is this paused or something? 100% yes. We were talking about grief and then games on stream. And then happiness. So, I know. I was like, maybe because we waited later on to talk about the happiness side, that YouTube was like, okay, I'll let people watch you now. But yeah, the art thing, I always thought that it was laundering money stuff. Skeptic for me. I love fine art. I go to Sweetums, but you actually look at the art that looks like somebody just sharded out paint and think that it looks good and it's worth so much money. You really think that's worth so much money? Where it looks like a child used they put, like, what's it called? They put something over the child's eye and had to write with a crayon and called it art. That you're not skeptic about the price of how much art costs when it doesn't take much to splatter some crap on a canvas. Now the stuff that's painted that's actually good and stuff, that's different. I'm talking about the ones that is like, interpret what? You don't have to interpret nothing, but this is bullshit and launder. Not abstract art, but there's so much. Yeah, well, I'm talking about the abstract art that's still up there doing all that stuff. I don't think, and I also don't think there's enough people even interested in art for it to be have so much money go through it like that. I think launder. So Sweetums thinks no. I think yes. As I can't say it. Abstract shark art. That's a tongue twister. Yes. So I say yes, definitely launder. Sweetums thinks it's not. What do you guys think? There's just no damn way. The money that goes into art isn't just because of it's somebody's doing somebody's so talented and stuff. I can't stand art museums. I think for the most part, because I was always forced into them when I was younger, like going to them on field trips, and then my oldest sister always acted like she was so much class taking us through stuff. I'm like, oh, can I leave now? I do this in school enough. But there's art that's different. If they only had art hundreds of years old and all that other stuff, that's way different. But no, they have the stupid stuff up more than all that other stuff. I say art is in the eye of the beholder. No, there's no fucking way. That shit is laundered. So I'm the only one that thinks it's laundered stuff. Where did Gina go? What's her opinion? No, art's definitely, there's part of it that's laundered. But I do believe there's true art up and out there. It's just not, like they're making it. The highest selling one just now was from Klimt, and he used real gold in his paintings. Yeah, but what about all the middle where all the crap's being sold? And it's not like that. That's a point to launder. They have to make it believable, you know. Alright, Gina might be doing something with her dog. She didn't say anything. It's not crap. The good stuff isn't crap. The other stuff is. Um, let's see. They don't teach cursive anymore so that we don't understand historical letters or writings. Oh, that's interesting. That is a big thing, because why did they stop teaching cursive? Because that's it. There's a lot of, I don't know if that's it. I'm just saying, when you think about it, everybody wrote in cursive. Like when I write in cursive, my daughter's like, I can't read that, mom. I was like, what the heck? They didn't teach you cursive in school? And she's like, no. I was like, what the heck? So how are kids gonna be able to read all the writing and history that's written in cursive? And why would they stop that? Like, why would they stop that? No, that's all it said. You said I didn't finish reading it? It said they don't teach cursive anymore so that we don't understand historical letters and writings. Oh, there's another one. Okay, there's another one too. They stopped teaching kids cursive so that we can't read old documents. The Constitution. That's why I write in cursive. So yeah, there was two parts because somebody else wrote something too. Shoot, now I'm going to be like when my grandbaby gets of age. I'm gonna have to be like to my daughter. You learn cursive, and he does at the same time you're learning it. Shit. Everyone is electronic now. Yeah, that too. But why stop teaching kids that? Like, what are their signatures? Their signatures just what is the other thing? Writing, basic writing or whatever. Is that real? That's real. They don't they haven't they took cursive out of a lot of schools. It makes sense. It makes no sense. Well, they did. That's been around where they took it out of a lot of schools. Like I said, they didn't teach my daughter cursive, and that's the first time I heard of it. And then I learned from that they took it out of a lot of schools. I was like, dang. So hopefully I can convince her, to start learning it so she could. I think she knows. She knows a little bit, but just so that they could read it in the future. Do you guys like this topic, or is it boring? Let me know. Anybody else gonna chime in on the cursive? Yeah. Yep, because she can't. She can read a little bit of it, but especially if it gets messy and stuff, she really can't. My butt writes in half regular and half cursive. Like I'll do both. It's good, but it's not too exciting, to be honest. Yeah, because it's not the good conspiracy theories. The good, juicy conspiracy theories will scare you guys. That's why I said if YouTube doesn't slow this video down, but I think they are, then I would get into the ones that I know and stuff. Every big political event happening right now is a cover up for something bigger, and we're getting distracted. I think anything political in general is always a cover up for the bigger picture. I think that's how the government works. Um, throw us some deep consideration. Not if YouTube's gonna slow down the stuff. I don't need them to. I gotta wait to see what I see at the end of this video. My daughter had her shopping list for school, and it had headphones. I about flipped. What the heck? A school list had headphones on it. Hopefully they didn't put the brand and whatever like they do the calculators. We have to spend like almost $200 on a damn calculator. Why would a kid need headphones? Why did that they hid that, Sweetums? You saying why would a kid need headphones? Like, see, come on, YouTube. Yeah, they cover up stuff. That's a given. If people don't think that, they're really, I don't know where their brain's at. Why did they hide that comment? But yeah, why would they need headphones? I don't know, but that's crazy. I know before they would drive me crazy with those school lists because they would be, you need a red folder for this class, you need a blue folder for this class. It was just so, and everybody had to get the same thing, so obviously they didn't have them. I just started writing letters to the teachers like, here's the damn thing. If it has to be colored, then I don't know what to tell you because it's not in any stores in this city. And then, like I said, the calculator was like freaking almost $200. And then it's like, you need 12 tissue boxes. But yet, all through the school year, if something happened, people would have to still bring their tissues in. Like, it's just a whole bunch of bullshit. I think they use those lists to stock up on things for years to come and shit. Um, fourth grade too. Wow. Yeah, they do. Um, let's see if there's something I can find. They're actually gonna find something on here to see if they have anything good. Yeah, it sounds like they're using kids to stockpile supplies so the government can defund education. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what this person says about deja vu. Deja vu, 100%. I 100%. Ugh. Deja vu. I 100% believe that we've already done it in our past lives, but this time we had a different outcome. And what I did this time changed something that would have happened to me in the future. Huh. I wish that person would have explained themselves. In our past life, but this time we had a different outcome. And what I did this time changed something that would have happened in the future. I don't know. Do you guys believe in deja vu and that it could be a past life and um I guess just if you think it's real and if it could change something. Uh I was the kid who liked to smell the books. Heck, I still like to smell of old paper. Like, yeah, that's why I always had books around me. But when I moved this time, I had to put my books in storage. But yeah, I love the smell of books. Even getting this stupid book that sucked, I was happy because it was a book. Unfortunately, it just sucked. What I'm confused by that, the deja vu thing, that's why I said just, I guess they're saying that they believe deja vu is a past life, but this time we had it a different outcome, and what I did this time changed. So I think they're trying to say that they sort of knew it was a deja vu, so they changed what they did in the deja vu, something that wouldn't happen to me in the future. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking they changed the deja vu that so then when there is a future, another lifetime, that they don't think it's going to be the same as the one before because they were able to change something in a deja vu. I felt deja vu, but I heard it could be from a dream. For me, so it's like a distant memory from a past life. It sounds romantic, but I doubt it. Sweetums, you never had a deja vu? For me, um, when I have a deja vu, it I it's a big reminder of like it's like okay, well this is what life was supposed to be because you're sitting in the same place, you're reliving the same thing. I even had deja vus where I was around somebody and we experienced a deja vu, and right after the deja vu, we said deja vu together at in sync, and we didn't have that planned out or nothing. We literally sat through the deja vu. After the deja vu was over, we both were like deja vu because we always said deja vu out loud if they happened to us. And I was like, okay, this shit is. I'm not. We both said it together. This shit is real as hell. So I used to have them a whole bunch. I don't have them very much anymore. I kind of believe it. Sometimes I thought I had before. I have been here before. Yeah, I had deja vu, but I didn't think anything of it. So a lot of the times for me, like I said, my deja vus were always, something. So that means you both experienced that in the past life together. Yeah, it had to mean that. So that's why it's like it confirms if you're living the same deja vu and it's exactly the same, it means that you're in the place you were supposed to be. And even if it sucks like hell, it's like, well, this is supposed to be this way. Which, like I said, I always think it sucks if you're in an unhappy place. Another thing is, I started having deja vus. When I left a certain person, I started having deja vus, and I could feel when I was in the deja vu, I could feel that that person's presence was supposed to be a part in that deja vu. But because they weren't in my life anymore, they weren't in the deja vu. And I was like, damn, so there are things where people are meant to actually be in your life, but they're, because of something, they're not, something changed. So they're not, but the deja vu still will form it sort of there. It was just a missing part. And I never had deja vus like that. So I'm like, damn, this person was supposed to be different and actually there. So those deja vus suck and are heartbreaking, and I didn't get those until later on in life. But then they started going back to normal the last couple of years. But it sucked to actually feel a person in my deja vu and know that they were, bastards and couldn't be there just because of how their thinking was that changed it enough where they couldn't be with me. It's very confusing, I know. It's very confusing to explain. Um, If you had a past life, what do you think you were in it? What era? Like I said, I don't know how to explain eras or nothing. I don't feel like there hasn't been any. I feel like every lifetime I just go over and over and over again, like I've been through every one of them. I feel like I've been like 100 people. Mine aren't like one or two. Sweetums, did you ever find your perfect Disney hoodie? So are we meant to improve in future lives? Because if we're this miserable in our current lives, what the heck can the horde do we live through in our past life? That's the thing. I do believe 100%, and I hope I'm right. I believe if we finally learn something, like I feel like this is the life that I actually learned something in, that I actually had growth in, and I feel like I will bring this over to my next life, and it will change that because of what I grew inside me, not any outside sources, you know. So I truly believe that changes the course of the next life, and it will be better just because there's more knowledge there. But I don't think if you don't ever grow and evolve in lives, I think you're gonna end up feeling the same hurt, just different people, you know, time and time again through any life. Never did find the hoodie. So yeah, I think it's really about self evolving within the self. It has nothing to do with what anybody else brings to you, you know, your character or anything. It's what's within you and what you find and carry over. I in none of my lives I didn't have like a great love or anything like that. I was always a lonely person and stuff like that. But in my past lives I was like a miserable lonely person. In this life I haven't been. You know, I had to embrace it like nothing else. I had to embrace it like nothing else. I had to take it in and have that complete me, or I would have just been just a nervous wreck. I literally had to fall in love with loneliness, like, to survive. I never thought about past life, barely trying to get through this one, yeah. I understand that. But yeah, I've always been, all my past lives have never been happiness, it's always been dark, sorrow, all that type of stuff. Damn, that was profound. Falling in love with loneliness. It's what I had to do. That's why I always try to talk with the purest of my heart and what I had to go through, because I feel like even though that sad seems sad and stuff to do, I think that there's people that unfortunately have to learn how to do it too, because that there's people that in life that are not gonna have people, and instead of just going in and dying from loneliness, it's like love loneliness so you can survive. Are you lonely, you guys? I I'm not lonely. I get lonely sometimes. I get lonely when I think about the aspects of, oh, I have a grandbaby. It would be nice to have my grandbaby to have a granddad and we could talk about the grandbaby together, you know, or oh, it would be nice to have help with these damn bills, you know, instead of just me doing like that type of stuff. But I don't get. I think I've conquered. I think like I said, I went through stripping everything down. I think I conquered like a not needing anybody, which is unfortunate in a way. It's not good, but it's also not bad when you have no choice but to live this way. But I do get lonely sometimes. It's just not. It's not very often. And it's because of reasons like I said. It's not because, oh, I wish I had somebody to go out on a dates with or whatever like that. Um, mm, I'm exactly that way too, yeah. For me, I told you, I have always talked about it where I think if I had the choice in the matter of ever dating and all that stuff, if I didn't have peer pressure, I don't think I would have ever dated. Um, I think I was chasing the wrong thing when I felt empty as a person. I thought I felt empty as a person because I'm supposed to have another person. and that wasn't it. That wasn't what my emptiness was coming from. So, I just thought I had to have one, and I also thought that it would be nice to have one, and but just to know what the how humans are when they do love, when they know that you love them, the destruction that they're capable of. Shoot, I'd rather be lonely than that. I like to depend on someone, but I don't really like new people. Yeah. Yeah, I want to. I enjoy conversations and all that stuff with people, and talking. I mean, that's the thing. But to get into my personal life, to be in my space and share it with me, that just wouldn't happen again with anybody. I'm real protective. I'm real protective over my daughter. I don't care that she's 30, and I'm real protective, of course, over my grandbaby now. So, I want to, and I'm real protective over my heart now, I wasn't before. I thought I could fix the broken people and all that stuff, and that's just a joke. But yeah, I truly believe when I think back in my past lives, I could just fill them all. And they're all very, very sad and stuff. And yes, this life is very, very sad too. Very, very sad. Especially the condition I am with my illness and stuff. But on the other hand, what I've developed in my mind and my heart has been more powerful than any other lifetime I've had, I believe. And that nobody could really break that. Nobody could take that from me like they could take everything else from me. They can't take what I developed on the spiritual level. Don't let them take your soul and your spirit. It's not worth it. I'd rather be lonely. Um, there's a theory that there are three versions of a person: the person you are with strangers, the person you are with close friends and family, and then who you really are deep inside. Yeah, I believe that. Nobody's ever going to show who they fully are. A lot of people have gotten used to masking just because of how everybody criticized them so hardcore. So they don't even know how hard they're hiding themselves. That's how I was. And I still am in a lot of parts. Because I always got, oh, I don't understand you, or why do you like that, or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, so that just made me not say anything. But this is my platform here where, they can't really say, why are you doing that? Because it's like, you can make a YouTube channel and talk about your shit, just like I'm talking about my shit. So I'm way open more on here. Um, let's see, what's on an hour? Okay. The Mandela effect is the government testing to see how much of history they can erase without us noticing. Yeah, that's a big part of. I don't know if that's the Mandela effect because there's maybe they can't control what certain things are taken out. For that, you would have to understand the Mandela effect to understand this conspiracy theory. So this might be too much for people right now. Uh, I don't even know how YouTubers open themselves up to the trolls and keep doing it. I could never. But the thing is, if you don't open yourself up, then the people that really enjoy you and are watching you, they're gonna feel frustrated too that they don't ever get the real you. So it's like you sort of do have to in a way because you're restricting yourself because of the trolls and not giving the people what sort of they need to for you to feel human. So I can understand why people open up. Some things they don't need to tell their whole life story and all that other stuff, but you know, trolls are just disgusting. I don't know, and I just wish people ignored them enough for them to give a little bit more of themselves just for the people that, understand and love them. I don't even know how. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Sorry, something about this time of night. My dog goes crazy for a couple hours, so needy. Oh no. Skeptic for me, I think the Mandela effect is just loads of people remember. No. Sweetums, I cannot believe that you believe that. Oh my goodness. Sweetums, I believe that about three versions of you now. Sweetums, I believe that about three versions of you now. I mean, how they could still keep the channel going. I could never do a YouTube channel. Yeah, I can't talk on the big range of stuff because I know I'm small and sometimes even my small little channel, I'm like, oh, I said too much. I don't want to ever be seeing all this other stuff, but I just think they keep on going because they don't want trolls to stop them. I wouldn't want trolls to stop me either. What's that supposed to mean? Twickety? We listen and we don't judge. Sweetums, I can't believe that because you don't believe that there's Mandela effect, man. Um, I'm trying to find something interesting. But we're almost through with this. Uh, yeah, the rest weren't. Well, like I said, I'll see how this video does to get some of the ones that I've had and see if it doesn't slow things down. Because these were pretty basic, but they were something to talk about. I enjoyed talking about it. I think people just like the more, like, scary stuff. Like, the Queen song, We Are Champions? How does that song end? What do you remember? I don't know. Sweetums, did it really start affecting you? Wait, what? Are we talking about something else now that I don't know about? Did I miss the memo? Oh, all I could say is you shouldn't feel that way. Um, I feel like that's intimidation, and you shouldn't feel intimidated. That's the biggest thing. That's the thing. It's the thing about like being the alpha and stuff like that. It's like you can't let people that try to intimidate you. You're giving them exactly what they want. They want that fear. They want that. Yo, you could go away because I said something because I punked her. I'll punch you in the motherfucking face. That makes me mad. You know what I mean? I'll be damned if somebody, Sweetums, we gotta get you tough. We got you gotta go through a training course in there. Because you shouldn't let anybody. They're just punks. You gotta realize this. Realize this when somebody is trying to take you down or trying to make you. And like I said, I still have trouble with a lot of shit. But when I realized that people would not fuck with you unless there's something going on with them and they want you to feel worse than them, clock that. They feel bad as shit. That's why they're doing it to you. People that don't like actually enjoy their life, they're not trying to bring people down. So the people that bring people down are miserable. Don't let that get you down. Don't, you gotta try to fight through that. Yeah, I feel that way too. and that's why I backed off of a lot of stuff. But and then I'm like, fuck it, like I don't know. I get what you mean though, but you shouldn't feel that way. But and that's why I told her too. I'm not reading everything out loud, you know why, but that's why I told her too. But then I'm like, why should you give somebody what they want? Yeah. Dang, that number stayed the same. I really. Does it show you guys the views? 'Cause it doesn't show me the views. At least I don't know where they are. Hmm. True. Yeah, it does have its perks and its negative. I just wouldn't let somebody take you off chatting and stuff just because they want to be negative. Maybe back off a little bit, but don't let it change your life. Yeah, I don't look at the views. But where are the fucking views? I just thought about that. I see the views in everybody else's chats that I watch. Where are my views? I always see them after I go off. I wonder if it's that way for everybody, but why as a viewer do I see people's views when I'm watching it? But just know if you don't ever break out of that, Sweetums, you'll never be in the mental space for confrontation. You know? And I don't, like I said, for me, I don't for the most part in somebody else's life. Like, I'm not going to say too much. But that's why I say I wait. I wait until if you come in my life, that's a whole different story. And if you were a bastard to me in any other life, and you come in my life, you're going to get it. No, it doesn't show me anything. It only shows me like for watching. That's it. So I was just wondering if other people see their views. Because I really think this live only got 10 views or something. And if it's a low view, it's literally because I got conspiracy theory in the title. Because you're not supposed to do that. So I always got to test shit. I understand, Sweetums. That's why I don't pressure you or nothing. But, just don't let it all go, though, if you can. But I understand what you're saying. Uh, so what do we do next? I'm going to be doing some rooms because a part of me is always trying to, integrate, like I said, tarot runes, and I always forget. And then when I forget and I get off and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to do something. I'm like, that's what I was supposed to do. And I don't do it because I feel like nobody wants to hear it. But like I said, I need to put it in here. I just always do. Even if it's just reading for myself. And I'm always curious if we're going to get different rooms, which we haven't yet. We've still been stuck with like the 5 rooms out of like 25 of them. And always jumping and getting the same things because the same energy is just always flowing through us. The YouTube guidelines don't say anything about Sweetums. They might not say anything, maybe, but when conspiracy theories were a hot item and everybody was looking over them, they stopped. They put an end to that real quick. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years, so even though I haven't been posting, I still know when they tell you that, oh, you can't talk about this or that, because you get stuff saying it. And that's why I can't even hardly find any conspiracy theories videos yet. Shane Dawson started doing conspiracy theories again, but his are very lighthearted about food or something like that. I doubt he'll go into what he used to go into before. And that's because YouTube doesn't let you. So I'm gonna scrunge around getting this bag, which I need to find a place to put it where it's easier. I'm gonna push mute so you guys won't have to hear all my painful grunts getting this bag. Getting my room back. So I'm pushing mute, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Conspiracy theories are just fun unless they're about PDF files, rings, and in a pizza parlor. No, some are fun, but the ones I used to listen to and stuff are about deep stuff, and I get scared. What's dumb? I like a reading, please. The next week says that's dumb. Okay. What? What's dumb? Wait. Oh, because the. Wait, I don't get it. Like aliens or politics. Yeah. Just on like how some stuff on the earth and all that stuff is done for YouTube to not allow. But yeah, they did. They stopped it a long time ago. So we'll see. Like I said, I haven't seen the numbers moved hardly. If you see like 50 views on my chat or less on it, it's because I put conspiracy in the title. I know that was a few things I'm. So Rainbow, I like a reading. So Rainbow asked for a reading. This is the runes I pulled out. We do ASMR in the bag. What bag am I gonna choose? Without. How many kind of bags do I have? Alright, I'm not gonna go over what stones I have, but I will say, do you want a reading from the red bag, the gold bag, or the black bag? That's what I'll say you can choose from. Instead of trying to guess what these dang crystals are. I'm just mixing them up. ASMR. what I'm reading from the red bag, the gold bag, or the black bag. Whichever one it is, please give us something new so that we can learn. We already know the old stuff. Red bag, please. Okay. I think the red bag is my oldest set of rooms, so I feel like they have the most energy on them. Yeah. And we're just going to be doing like general readings today, nothing too specific. It might reach on specific, but let's see what this one is. Ooh, I can't believe my shoulders even. This one is for my back pain. Oh, fertility. You got fertility. We've gotten this a couple of times, but I'll still read it. Fertility is page 100. Right here. No, 100. Oh, that's 105. Fertility. So this is new beginnings on fertility. So if it mentions birth or something, that doesn't mean like you having a baby or something. I mean, it can for some, but for others, it's basically meaning of new life. You know, so a lot of people get a mistake that one. This rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature. With it, with it urge towards, with its urge towards harmonizing and adjusting into this. Oh, I hate this. This is the word I'll never say. The SPHER word. You know what I mean. That word. So it says adjusting into that word of personal relationships. This embodies the need to share, the yearning to be desired, a search after similarities. The completion of the beginning is what this rune requires. It may mark a time of joyous deliverance, of new life, a new path. A rune of great power. Drawing it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion. Resolution what resolution? From which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. Perhaps a difficult state of mind can be resolved, clarified, turned around. Drawing this rune indicates that you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. All things change, and we cannot live permanently we can't live permanently amid obstructions. This rune signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from tension and uncertainty. You may be required to free yourself from a rut, habit, or relationship, from some deep cultural behavior pattern, some activity that was quite proper to thyself you are leaving behind. The period at or just before birth is often a dangerous one. Movement involves danger, yet movement that is timely leads out of danger. Now it is time to enter the delivery room. Another of this rune cycle counsels preparation, being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences, and seeing the humor. You are indeed prepared to open yourself to the will of heaven, and can await your deliverance with calm certainty. So, Uh, Fertility has been long gone for me, but that's what I'm saying. It's not about. It's not about childbirth. It's about just like it's like if you were stuck somewhere. It's like you have to complete whatever you're stuck in. Um, and that creates new beginnings, new births for you. It's like you're right there. This is the moment, and you're the one that has to seize the moment, and whatever things that are causing you disruption in that for you to go on to the next step. Oh my gosh, thank you for this. Totally feeling it. No problem. I like reading, but yeah. Me next, please. Okay. But yeah, there's definitely something you're waiting. You just gotta push yourself to do it and get rid of the rotten apples. What the hell else was that? All right, let me get to mixing again. What bag do you want, Sweetums? The red, the yellow, or the black? Yep, New Year, rainbow. Yep, it's your time to shine. You Sweetum asked for the yellow, which is the newest deck I have. The newest deck, the newest set of rooms I have. I'm like really trying to get to like give us a different room, give us something. Because I think we all learned from what reading this and stuff. But I'm just like, give us something different to read. That one comes up somewhat, but not as. I can read that and it seems somewhat new. The one we just read. I know that's why I'm like keep on doing it. All right, let's see. I think this is the ones that we keep on getting. Um, Movement. Yeah. I'm still gonna read it though because it means something for you. I know. Page 117. I think it was reversed movement though. 117. There's 25 stones altogether. That's why if you go back in the stone things, I think we only literally covered like 5 of them. I don't know why we don't get any, but movement, you got the stone movement, well, but it was reversed, so, meaning upside down, so I have to read it in reverse, and movement in reversed is movement that appears to block. Be certain that what you are doing or not doing is timely. We have simply we have simply to recognize that not all opportunities are appropriate, that not all possibilities are open to us. The opportunity at hand may be precisely to avoid action. If you are feeling at a loss, unclear about the need to act, consider what is timely to your nature, and remember what is yours will come to you. So It's funny that we were just talking about, you just want to stop doing this. Like, you have to simply recognize that not all opportunities are appropriate, that not all possibilities are open to us. So, that's interesting. I want to say, don't agree with this. I'm like, keep on doing it. Don't stop. But this is saying that maybe it's not, these aren't your opportunities. But it does say what is yours will come to you. If you are feeling at a loss, unclear about the need to act, consider what is timely to your nature, and remember what is yours will come to you. Oh, it's telling you just to not do it. Don't do that, Runes, but movement that appears to block. So do you really feel like the movement with certain things is just blocking like you from feeling okay with everything? You said a good bowel movement is important. Well, because it's a movement that appears to block. Yeah. So it just says what is. I'm gonna when I get something like this, because you could pull through 3 rooms in a reading, you could pull 5, whatever. I'm gonna do another one just to see if we'll get more clarity on that, because I just think I need more clarity. I don't know if you agree, Sweetums. Mm. Do you mind if I pull another rune for you? Like when I moved to do that, okay, you agree, yeah. That's why sometimes in tarot and you'll see people sitting there with 100 cards, and then sometimes you only see 1 or 2 because the reader will always be like, "No, I need more than that. I need to clarify more." Let's keep picking till I like it. All right. This one is strength. Um, Trying to remember if we've gotten strength before. I don't know. I'll see when I start reading if I notice it. 94. Whoops. Don't do that. Don't do that, computer. Okay. The rune of termination of and new beginnings draws. This rune indicates that the life you have been living has outgrown its form. That form must die so that life energy can be released into new birth, a new form. This is a rune of passage and, as such, part of the cycle of initiation. This is the one. This is the one that a lot of people get, but they get the reversed one. This is a upright version. Growth and change, however, may involve passage into the darkness as a part of the cycle of perpetual renewal. As in nature, the progression consists of 5 parts: death, decay, fertilization, gestation, and rebirth. Events occurring now may well prompt you to undergo a death within yourself. Since self change is never coerced, we always feel free to resist. Remain mindful that this new form, the new life, is always greater than the old. Pre- Prepare then for the opportunity disguised as loss. It could involve the loss of someone or something to which there is an intense emotional bond, and through which you are living a part of your life, a part that must now be retrieved so that you can live it out for yourself. In the same way, the bond is being severed, a relationship radically changed, a death experience. Seek among the ashes and discover a new perspective and new strength. The original symbol for this rune was I don't know, it's AUROCHS, if you want to look up what that means. AUROCHS. Oh, it's just a wild ox, I think. Maybe. Then it's called that. When the wild ox was domesticated, a nearly impossible task, it could transport heavy loads, learn to adapt yourself to demands of such a creative time. Firm principles attached to this rune, and at the same time humility is called for here, since in order to rule you must learn how to serve. This rune puts you on notice to But this room puts you on notice. This room puts you on notice that your soul and the universe support the new growth. Now, with this one, I remember, um, this is what I got when, I started like learning the runes and everything, and it was at the worst time of my life. Okay, when I got this rune, and when it talked about a death, and a death, it's like a death within yourself. It's like, for me, what I took from that, it's not an actual death. It's not saying do something to yourself, but it is saying that you have to let sort of a certain part of yourself do that. You have to let a certain part of yourself go, and in letting that part go, the rebirth part is you're doing an action that you never felt you could do before. Mine was, like I said, when I said you have to basically lay in bed with loneliness and get to know it and get to love it and fall in love with loneliness. That's what I had to do to survive. I had to fall in love with being alone. I had to love it more than a person, okay? Because that's how my life turned out. I had to survive so much stuff that I'm like, well, this is my life. I have to do something. So I literally had to fall in love with loneliness to keep on going. So it calls for something that drastic. It calls for something that the average person won't do. The average person would never think about doing. Um, and that's what keeps you going, and that's what builds you up, and that's what gives you something to live for. If you understand what I'm saying, like, this is one of the runes that really pushed me to keep going. It sounds like, oh, it's talking about death. I'm telling you, it's like you gotta find something to reverse the strongest negative feeling you ever felt. You have to reverse it. Well, similar to the last one. Well, it's accurate because I'm dead inside. You think you're dead inside, but you're not. You're. It feels like that. I know it does. It's because I don't have identity and purpose now. I don't have anyone depending on me. I went through the same. That's what I'm saying. I went through the same thing, sweetums. Um, I was the one that everybody depended on, and I lost so many people. And then I lost my health. Like I lost the battle with my health, so that I couldn't. People still depended on me, like they could call me and I could be there for them on the phone or something like that. But I couldn't physically rush to anybody's side to help them. So of course I still was there for people, but I couldn't be there for them physically. And I was like, well, who am I then if I can't be the person everybody runs to save the day? And I had to just say, well, damn, I shouldn't have always been that person in the fucking first place. You know, I am something other than that. And that's when I was like, if anything I get out of this, I'm going to be teaching the lonely people how to be lonely, how to live with it, how to be okay with it, how to fall in love with that shit. Because if you don't, it's going to take you out. You know, so you have to go within your darkest, deepest, most torturous soul area, and you have to be like, hey, hello, hey, you know, you've been here, and it's been despair, and it feels like shit and stuff, but, you know, I love you. I love you for being there, for being with me, you know, stuff like that. The stuff that you wish you never had, you have to love it. You have to embrace it instead of push it away. And then somehow that merges and you find reasons. But it's hard as hell. Sweeps, I can relate. That's scary how accurate that is. Yeah. I definitely know you can. Yep. It's really, for me, it's profound how I found my stuff, because I did the total opposite of what people do, where it's like, oh, just think happy thoughts and just do this and this and this and this will. No. I had to go into the darkness. I had to love the darkness. I had to embrace the darkness for it to help me and bring me out enough where I felt like, oh, maybe my voice is worth hearing. Maybe I do have things that might be able to help people that are suffering like me. You know, and then, like I said, I always say, even if it's only one. You know, when I talk about my numbers on here, I'm not asking for anything great. I'm asking for enough for the few to still get them. That's all, you know. I was always the one who took care of everything and everyone until I realized it's time to take care of myself. Yep. You think that's why we are all attracted to one another, to be here together? Maybe. I mean, that's what I sought, you know, out to do. That's what my goal is. But it's just like saying dance with the darkness, you know? Affirmations of, you can do it, you'll be great, this will happen, blah, 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 doesn't sink into the people that are truly tormented. It just doesn't. So things like this help. I don't know. It definitely brought me to somewhere where I felt like I said, my voice has to help someone, no matter if it's only one. If I'm saving one person from getting just lost in themselves, then that's something to me. Does anybody else want one before I read one for myself? Does do these talks ever bring you guys to tears during our after chats? Gina, what are you saying, Gina? Oh, I hope it's for the good, not the bad. Aw. Gina, you want yours or not? Not today. I'm gonna go for mine. If Gina says yes, I'll do it after mine. I'm going for the black bag. Or if there's anybody else silently listening and they want to chime in and get theirs, all I gotta do is ask. think this is the one I always get, the long one. Breakthrough. I'll pick a different one if that's the long one. 127. I agree, I got the breakthrough. I don't gotta always read about breakthrough. I get mad at these rules sometimes. Um, I understand the breakthrough part though. So I'm gonna pick another one after this. 127. It's a long one and now I'm gonna read it because I already know what it's about. I'm gonna read 2 pages of. I guess I'll read it again. But and I know I got this because it's talking about Transformation Day, and I was just talking about how what caused my transformation, and I still need to keep on doing it. But I also think it means it's work. Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm working what needs to be worked. Okay, this says, I know some of you guys heard this before because it keeps on coming up. So the breakthrough rune is, here's the final rune belonging to the cycle of initiation. Drawing this rune marks a major shift and breakthrough in the process of self-change, a complete transformation in attitude, a 180-degree turn. For some, this transition is so radical that they no longer continue to live the ordinary life in an ordinary way, and that's what I was saying. I sort of did it the opposite towards what everybody else was doing to get over their shit. Because the timing is right, the outcome is assured, although not, from the present vantage point, predictable. In each life there comes at least one moment which, if recognized and seized, transforms the course of the life forever. I still have yet to have that part. I hope when it does come, I will know. Rely therefore on radical trust, even though the moment may call for you to leap empty-handed into the void. With this rune, your warrior nature reveals itself. If it says if another rune is followed by the blank rune, the magnitude of transformation might be so total as to portend a death, the successful conclusion to your passage. A major period of achievement and prosperity is often introduced by this rune. The darkness is behind you, daylight has come. However, as always, you are. I change on page. Reminded not to collapse yourself into the future or to behave recklessly in your new situation. A lot of hard work can be evolved in this time of transformation. Undertake it joyfully. So, yes, I understand it completely. I'm still sort of in the transition. I hope that I will get whatever the breakthrough that comes. I hope it comes soon and it's good, not something I gotta suffer through again. So I'm gonna see if a different rune comes up because I know I got that. It just said basically what I said. Why you gotta tell me, runes, what I just said? I just said all this about myself, and then it gives me what I already said. Come on in, and just we won't bite. I hope this life stays up because I'm gonna have to watch it again and again to hear the information. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it down. I feel like a blubbering idiot. And oh, Gina, I hug it out of you, Gina. I hope the breakthrough is a path to healing for you. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm always putting into motion things that I would have never done before, and that's why I said when it comes, I hope that I know what it is and that I don't get scared and run and I actually take some opportunity. I wish prosperity, peace, harmony, health for all of you coming this year. For sure. Me too. I just want to see one more to see. I want to know more of what's coming next, not where I'm at. And I want us to get a different rune. We have not gotten a different rune out of like 5 rooms in like 6 months. And these are different bags of rooms, guys. I always change them up. Okay. Have we gotten this one? This is the one that I didn't write it in this book. Oh. In one of the rooms, it has 2 different symbols. I don't know which one it is, though. Well, we won't be able to read that one because it's one of the symbols that I don't recognize. And in my other book, I wrote what it was to know which rune it was, but let me try one more. So that was a different rune. I just won't be able to figure it out. I gotta find it online again and write it in this book. So thank you, runes, for giving me that rune, but we don't know what that is right now. Give me something new. And I can read. Coco and her booty action just snapped me out of bed. She just is outside. Hey, Desi. Dang it, I wish I could have read that one, but I don't know which one it is in my book. Because that was a new one. That makes me mad. Wholeness. Did we read wholeness before? 131, wholeness. Oh yeah, well, this one, life force. This one is a long one that we always get to. I might skip on that. But I understand these things and why I'm getting it like this. But in this one, I know it has a prayer in it. No, you didn't. Sweet homes. She said we're picking rooms and mine are depressing as fuck. They can't. Oh no, they got me crying over it. I can't even engage my nails. uh, uh, but this one just talks about, like, it's so long I'm not gonna read it. It just talks about wholeness, which, like I said, I think that would be something I would get. But there's a prayer that I always read the prayer, even though I don't read the whole thing. And this is a prayer known as it's some um it says it's a prayer. It's called it's spelled Gayatri. Gayatri. However you want to pronounce that. But it embodies the spirit and souls. Wait, the spirits of Sola, whatever. Anyway, it just says address the sun. Address the sun in this fashion. It says, this is a little prayer. You who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the whole world, illuminate also my heart, so that it too can do your work. So it's basically you're directing this to the sun. I'll say it again. So the sun is you in here. You who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the whole world, illuminate also my heart, so that it too can do your work. So I thought that was a nice little prayer thing in this one. Eliminate the whole world. What? No, illuminate those whose rays illuminate, not eliminate. Illuminate. Maybe you can't hear me because of my nose. Illuminate, not eliminate. the whole world. So it's the sun, illumination. Sweetums. That must have eliminate the whole world. Oh, yeah, it is nice. No, I know it's probably my nose still stuffy too. And sometimes the way I speak words sound, if they're similar, sound very close together. Yeah, so I thought that was nice. I always try to say that when I could remember it. Um, I'm gonna try one more time to see if I can get something different because I don't want to keep on reading the same ones. So last time, to see if I can get something different. So yeah, you're just basically asking the sun to illuminate your heart, you know? Get some of that darkness out of it. Yeah, shine bright like a diamond. Oh, yeah. Come on, runes. You know what? You know what? I really feel like taking these runes out and but that wouldn't be that wouldn't be right to do because we're always getting the same stuff. So this is possessions, but I got possessions reversed. 106. This is the last one I'm doing for me. Reversed. This may be considerable frustration. Oh, there may be a considerable frustration in your life if you draw this rune. A wide range of dispositions reaching from the trivial to the severe. You fall short in your efforts. You reach out and miss. You watch helplessly while what you gained dwindled away. Damn it to hell. That's my with my health and stuff. I can't do shit. Oh, okay. Don't cry while you're reading this shit. Man up, man up. Okay. Observe what is happening. Examine these events from an open perspective and ask, what lesson do I need to learn from this in my life? Even if there's an occasion for joy, do not let yourself be seduced into mindless joyousness. Reverse this rune indicates that doubtful situations are abundant and come in many forms and guises. You are being put in touch with the shadow side of possessions, yet all this is part of coming to be and passing away, and not that which abides. In dealing with the shadow side of this rune, you have the opportunity to recognize where your true nourishment lies. And that's what I was saying earlier, that I had to go into the deepest, darkest depths of myself to really feel like what was the lesson, what am I doing here, stuff like that. But yeah, being so restricted with my health and the pain and what's happening, especially when I think, oh, maybe I'll be able to, this pain is not tolerable, but hey, I'm dealing with it. And then, boom, I get hit with, oh, you're going to get all over back pain and it's going to go on your arms and your legs. And it's just so frustrating because I feel like I'm getting somewhere, but I'm not because my health will not give me a fucking break. And that's pretty much what this said. Like there's always going to be, yeah, it's not going to, that's why I said the runes, I like reading them because it's frustrating, but it also doesn't just try to tell you. It's just not telling you fake shit like, oh, everything's gonna be okay, all this other stuff. It's like, I don't know, it's like just, it's always teaching you to learn new lessons and go within yourself and stuff like that. But it's also not trying to sugarcoat fucking life. No, to about to repeat. No, gee. um, are you talking about the dog? Yeah, that's dark too. We couldn't. Why couldn't we get one? Oh, because that's what it's different from I know hers basically said she's there, all she got to do is do it. That's what I get. And you know what? I always read like my daughter's, and hers is always like that. Like hers is always basically you're there, you just got to do it. You just got to take the next step and stuff. And it's been some times in her life, and she's just listened and she's just done it, and she's got so far. For me, it's not like that. For me, it's like you still have to learn in this. You still have to. There's just still so much that you have to sit in before you get what's yours. But hers is like you're getting what's yours. It's coming, then it comes. So it's just a process. I guess everybody's process is different. Um, that's a lack. It's a lack of sleep that got me in my feels. No, I think you're just softening some that you should be, Gina. Shoot, I don't. I don't. I think I got 3 hours of sleep in total today. Ours is like death, 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 dying, death. Yeah, yeah. But even before I started reading it, remember I said I had to learn to do sort of what the opposite of what people were telling me to survive. Um, my vet recommends me my dog's 30 pounds. I give. Oh, you guys are talking about the dog being sick. Remember, you guys, when I say these runes, I say to myself, if there were anything that were to come in during this time, they are not allowed to stay. Um, that your space should always be clear and covered by white light. Slug was silent. Thank you, Twiggity. Alright, before I shut this bag up, if there's anybody else? Going once. Gina tries to be a thug, but she's really a soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Oh my gosh. That song. It's okay, Gina. Where is that from again? I forgot. You can be a thug in your next life. Yeah. Uh, what was that from? Soft Kitty. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. The Big Bang Theory. Okay. Yeah, we're getting her a little softened up over here. I feel the same way. I'm all hardcore too. And I had to learn to be softer. I'll still mean when I need to be, though. No, I haven't. Alright, no one. Everybody's done with the rooms. Going once. Going twice. I'm closing the bag. It's over. I know I usually message her, but the last message she came on, she said sorry she missed it, and I didn't want her to make her feel pressure if she was really too sick to respond, so I haven't reached out, but I usually do. I know I asked Gina if she drank water today, and she didn't tell me. Yeah, but I hope she's okay. She's missed too. Yeah, that's what pretty much was the last message too. She keeps on. She had to go back. I don't know if she after the time she had to go back. I don't think she's out yet again. So I just didn't want her to be bombarded with a bunch of messages. So I didn't say I haven't messaged her. But Williams, I hope you know. Even though the message seemed like dark and whatever, it's telling you to sort of, like I said, dance with your darkness in a way. When you do that, you could. It just makes you handle things so much more. Um, use water and answer. Well, you know, as long as your piece coming out a normal color, um, that's the biggest warning to look at if your junk looks different. I'm gonna listen to the replay and write it down. Yeah. Same, I know with Miss, it's hard to be typing and holding the phone. Oh, MS, yeah. So I've been mindful of that. Yeah. That's why I was just like, I'm not gonna bother her. Because I even remember the last ones when she was in the last time and got out. Her sister was messaging me because she couldn't. So I just hope she gets better and is able to join the lives because I know she always enjoyed that. No, sweet, Eminem, about the squirts, it says it's diluted P. Yes, I told you that. I said it's only a certain percentage of it. You guys think about it, it comes from the exact same hole. I doubt there's two compartments that are like, oh yeah, blah blah, Um, and then like I said, you'll see once you do that, you'll see that you put at least like I said, at least my case, I pee clear for like 2 days after. So it's not like it's a great amount of actual pee. I think they said it depends on each person, but it could even be as low as like 20%. You'll see. I think that is why I don't get other social medias. I would just start giving to all y'all. I need to deal with the ugliness and ache of my loss. Yeah, I don't mind doing it. It's good. Some people need to hear that. Reaching out from just not where everybody could see. Sometimes somebody wants to say something that not everybody would see. They don't give the percentage. I was bullshitting. They do. They gave me the percentage before when I looked it up. They said it ranges on the person, but they said most of the time it was like 20% or something. So what's the pee diluted with? Water? Do you think it's if I drink blue gay really come out diluted and blue? I doubt that because it will go through the kidneys first. So I doubt it will come out the same that color. But you guys, I'm telling you, it's not. I'm telling you, you're missing out. First of all, if you don't know how to do it, there are plenty of people that will teach you how to do it. So you're missing out if you haven't done it or don't do it. And then, if you do, you'll know the difference. There's a clear difference. Like, don't ever do it where you got to have something under you. Like a lot of people use like puppy pads, whatever pads, whatever You'll notice it's not yellow. So, and a lot of people aren't going to do certain things with you and say they're not, unless people are like, oh, pee on me. They're not going to want pee either. So believe me, they wouldn't like that either if it was just straight up pee. Let's be real. Um, you love us. You really love us. Twickety. Twickety. Then the flip side is isolation has become easy. Yeah. Yep. You just have to be selective and put yourself first. Working on your loss is very important. That's why I said put it on private. You know, you don't have to go to it every day. On my Instagram, I don't have it where it will alert me like a sound. I only get the icon pop up, so if I want to look at my phone and see it's there, but it won't alert me like it's a text message or something. I don't have it that hardcore. So it's like if I don't want to see it or deal with it, I just don't have to open it up. And then, like I said, I have it on private, so I could always take people off and on. They said it's considerable sexual incontinence at the bottom of Google. Sexual incontinence? How? It's something. And her golden showers are snapping out of it. But it's not. It's not a damn golden shower. Why? I wonder why Google changed up the. But like I said, when I first was researching it, that's what was on my mind. I'm like, this is pee. People are peeing on each other, and Google's the one that made me realize it wasn't. So now they're changing it up. What's that gonna taste like? So I know Gina said she did before, but you girls are saying you guys have never done this before. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna do it in a damn jar and see. You'll be able to see it's not pee. That's how far I went. I was like, if I'm gonna do this with somebody, I want to know what it is. I'm not about to be going and peeing on somebody. I hate that I have to say this, but you guys are getting it. So I did my own research. So I found out, oh, it's not pee. It doesn't look like pee. It's different. You guys are missing out. No, just do it in the jar so you can see that it's not pee. Or if you don't even want to do that part, if yours is like mine, where you will, like I said, you do not pee. Your pee that you're actually peeing is clear as hell for 2 days. No, I can't stand being really. Won't say that word. I'll literally crawl out of my own skin. You should have seen when they had to break my water. I made them do it while I was in the shower. Really? You don't even feel like. Even when I did have my water broke too, you don't even feel, I didn't feel my water break. I didn't feel, like I said, and then when you're doing the other thing, you have some pads down that literally absorbs it so you're not getting wet. Because I'm that type of person too. And sometimes the water doesn't break on its own, no. And I was scared as hell when they broke my water. Because they have this huge, long thing that looks like just a straight, long hanger in a way, but it's straight. And then a point at the end of it, and it's so long. And they're just like, "Oh, we're about to break your water," and I was like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, it doesn't hurt at all. You won't feel a thing." And I'm like, "No, that big old thing's gonna be coming up, up in me." But I didn't feel anything. It just looked very scary. When my water broke in the bed, and oh my, I puked and jumped out of the bed and headed for the shower. Whoa. Well, that's why I said you put the pad down that absorbs the stuff, and you're not gonna feel it. Yeah, that is. But still, like I said, I didn't feel my water break because there was a pad under me. I think the worst part of childbirth is when they arrange your organs and stuff again. Now that part is when all the stuff comes out, and that part I was so disgusted on. I was in shock. They're like, "Oh, we're just gonna rearrange your organs, put them back where they were," and then they press or whatever, and it's gross. That's when everything starts coming out. No, I didn't have a C-section. Just having a baby in your stomach rearranges some stuff. So once you have the baby out, they like just push everything where it's supposed to go. So, all your like, you know, it's gross. Oh, you accidentally. Oh, I was wondering what you did. I'm like, what is that? I think you just deleted something. I don't think did. Oh, so it deleted everything she said. Oh no. So when you go back in the live Sweetums, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to read what you wrote, but you'll still be able to listen to what I said because she did it by mistake. So don't think we went back and deleted none of your things. It's just because she hit you by mistake, so that deletes all your chat. Gina done put Sweetums in jail. Yes, after baby comes out. Yeah, pushing and shoving and stuff. They hid that, Desi. I don't know why. Was just as well I wrote some dark stuff. You only were hidden for a second, but that's enough to um take everything out. Oh, you dropped your phone. Yeah. It's not like they're twisting it and it's just like it's pushing down, just making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. She said you just didn't like me calling you a thug with a silent T. I didn't even see that one. That's good for Gina. Hey, Jesse. That is a good one. So now it's back. Gina. My sibling yelled, more pushing out her placenta. The nurse told her, knock it off. Yelled, wait, when they were pushing out the placenta, the nurse told her, knock it off. Dang. They just push, squish, and shove your stomach. It's mostly to make sure none of the placenta gets left behind. Because they can't, yeah, it caused a deadly infection. That happened to one of my sisters. They caught it before it got too bad, but she was hospitalized for a few days and had to have it removed. Did you guys ever see those ladies who, yes, I just don't. I try not to. I try to listen and don't judge when it comes to those things because I think it goes back into, um, their beliefs and everything. So I wouldn't do it, but yeah, a lot of people do that, or they just dehydrate it and keep it and stuff. I'm sorry if you guys been hearing me with me fidgeting with this light. I keep on forgetting the microphone part is like right near me. I still don't understand. I bought a microphone and it doesn't fit into the part that the like the charger goes into. So there's an adapter with it, and that's why I bought it. And the adapter doesn't even fit in there. I don't. It doesn't make any sense at all. It says it's for these types of phones. I'm gonna have to have my daughter look at it, but the adapter should fit in this phone, and it doesn't. I thought about making mine into capsules. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do too. That I came to my senses. I was like, hell, the fuck no. Yeah, that no way. Mm-mm. Yeah, I just remember how it sounded when they take it out and put it in the metal tin thing, and the doctor was just slicing it up right in front of me, you know. So it was like I was hearing the metal scrape against the metal, and know that they were just slicing it up to find, make sure nothing was in it. That was just like the worst part of childbirth, I think. Hearing that noise and stuff. Oh, it's so gross. They could do that somewhere else or later. They don't gotta do it right when it happens. I could understand it, I guess, but come on, nobody wants to know that something just came out of you and they're slicing and dicing it, making sure there's nothing in there. Yes, my cousin got hers turned into capsules as long as it does what's supposed to do. Cool, but I could never. Yeah, So your phone is a size queen too. Well, that you're trying to say because I'm a size queen, I'm bigger. No, say don't be trying to do that. Don't be trying. My shit is tight and nice and tight. Um, and if it ever would seem like something loose, I wouldn't do it that no more. Well, I don't do it anymore anyway, but that's not the reason. The newest thing is not cutting the cord until it is white and leaving the white cream on the baby for what? Oh no. No, it only is disgusting, but it costs. Oh, it costs money to take it home. Oh, you're talking about to put it into capsules. Jesse, did she report having any benefits from it? Probably not. There probably isn't any benefits. Yeah, the white stuff thing has always been a thing. It protects the baby, so they don't recommend bathing baby until right before you leave the hospital. So then why do they do it? They it seems like they clean up the baby right after. I was listening to the replay play how you said you needed to have. And yes, introduction to the sizing. If you could take something like that, like it's nothing, you're a loosey goosey. You have to be broken the hell in. And I'm telling you, there was. I always talk about it too much. I'm gonna shut. Let me shut up. I need to get more water. Hopefully, I got some near me. Oh, if I don't have any near. No, I think we're out of water, people. No. Uh, I am out of water. Oh, I didn't tell my daughter to bring that into. Oh, I got a little drop left before she went to bed. Oh, oh. Um, I could talk until my tongue starts getting dry. Then I gotta get off because I don't have no water in here. Oh, um, yeah, size training. Just had hers a year ago. No, to preserve your plans. Oh, okay. I prefer to eat a watermelon in small bits and not whole. She says you felt amazing, great sleep, no postpartum, less bleeding. Oh, okay. I can't get the water. It's too much. After I have to wait until I get up for my final time and grab it. If I come back here after getting it, you won't hear me talk. I'll be almost fainting from the pain. That's how much pain I'm in. It's horrible. But I was saying with we'll do it the nice way. With the size training, there even like when I've gotten somebody with the size, you know, there are some times where I was almost like, fuck it, I can't do this. It's over, you know. So it's at the beginning it's not pleasant. So if it's pleasant for somebody, they must have a loosey goosey. Mine's not pleasant. I just get broken in. So then it gets pleasant eventually. So yeah, only I guess loosey goosey could take it like a G like that. Oh, the creamy lotion stuff on the baby, does he? Uh, yeah, I could see people doing that if they really have those benefits. Look what they had from Sweetums. What the? Damn it. So that's amazing, Jesse. So she thinks it's worth it. I'm sure that one. Yeah, like what was in that they're hiding? Wow. Even with my oldest, who is going on 21, they said it's best to not bathe the baby right away and they just wipe most of the afterbirth. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know when your baby's born and stuff, you're not supposed to give them baths or whatever. You're only supposed to give them, what are those called? What are those called? Just a cloth bath thing or whatever, and that's not very often. It takes a minute before you're actually giving your baby a bath. Um, Even like now, I think the baby gets a bath sponge bath every like 3 days or so. Like you're not supposed to. It messes up their skin and everything, and his skin is so sensitive. You got him to say something. Is what the heck's going on? They're viewing more. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sweetum said, "Dirty girl." Who, me? I'm just telling you the truth. You might be able to have some fun with it once you get broken in. I don't know. I like challenges when it comes to that. And like I said, men that are lower in size always are very intimidated, one, and also quick to do, and I'm just like, oh, this has a minute even. Did it get to 30 seconds? Like, what the heck? It's over? What? And then it's like, oh, let's wait a half hour, then I could do it again. It's like, you could take 2 minutes to get the fuck out my house and spend your half hour somewhere else. Okay. The big ones don't have that type of intimidation. They're not intimidated with you. At least that has been my experience. I do not play. I do not waste my time with stuff that's why I said I just learned. Yeah. Exactly. Man, one time I'm telling you, shoot. I want to tell you a story so bad, but then I'm like, I know that this person might overhear it and they'll know it was them. Because they're sneaky listening to my shit. But just let me tell you one time. I'm like, but just let me tell you one time. No, I can't do it. But some men are just plain stupid. You are one tough cookie. Shoot, what am I supposed to do? Wait a half hour to get the non pleasure again? Like really? You get it when you yawn, or the like I can't do that. The snapping my tongue because my tongue's so dry. But like, what the fuck was this? A man that gets sparking before you, selfish as fuck, and that too. I know. I could never be that man. Yeah, well, I'm telling you. One, when you have to tell somebody what to do when they think they're so good, and even with like the oral part, and you're like, no, do this, do that, do this. With so it's like, where did your game improve, homie? Nowhere. But yeah, I don't understand men where they think they could do that, and then you're just supposed to be like, oh, I want round two of your suckiness. No, thank you. I want you to get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. You have to say tough to make him get the hint, for real. And believe me, that second round's not going to be any better. She's not a teacher, fellas. Come correct. Yeah, especially if it's not the first time and we talk about things and all that stuff. And then you fail dramatically. If I could tell you this story, man, you guys would be laughing your ass off. But I cannot tell the story because I don't know who's listening. But you guys would really laugh at this shit. Um, but people that think they're so bold and whatever, and then act like, oh, we used to do it like this. You didn't do like before. I was very shy and all that stuff when I was like 18, 19 or whatever. So I didn't do certain things and all that stuff. But of course I learned through the years. So it's like I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but I will say, when we got reintroduced later on in life, of course you're like, whoa, we're in this age now. I've learned so much. You had to learn so much. Let's come together and see what we learned, right? So it was mad talk like, oh, I don't want no doing this like men don't believe that they should use their hand because it's some teenage shit. That's what teenagers do, bitch. Whatever. That doesn't make any damn sense, but anyway, it was like, oh, you better be better than this person, and I was like, well, damn, maybe I suck if I gotta try to up a person. And then they're talking about their shit. They didn't come with nothing. I was like, damn, it's just like when you were younger. That's what I felt like saying. Like, what did you bring? But a bunch of disappointment. Shit. That's all I got on my end was disappointment. And he got what he wanted. Okay? I showed him what I learned, and I got a bunch of disappointment. And how do you not recognize that or see that, I did. But there's one thing you can't teach a person. You can't teach a person to last. These dudes need to read some Zane. Fuck Zane. Zane is when I get my books back, if they're not destroyed by some, what are those called, silverfish or whatever. All my Zane books are gonna be thrown in the garbage just because of this last one. But yeah, that's why I said dudes are a bunch of hype. Don't be hyping shit up you can't bring. Can't bring to the table. I wouldn't be hyping my shit up if I wasn't gonna do it or couldn't do it. You know, so one day I'll tell you the story if I know I'm in the clear because this is a funny ass story. Funny on so many aspects of it. I'm just picturing the first scene of Bridesmaid. I don't think I ever watched Bridesmaids. I know people have been telling me I need to see it. But, yeah. Unfortunately, the only ones that I haven't been disappointed in when it comes to these things are the ones that have been the biggest dogs in the streets, and they have I guess the right to be a big dog in the street because they have certain things to them. So that's why I said I can't. If I'm the partners I like are disgusting, I'm like, well, then I just can't have partners at all because the other ones don't really please me. So I'd rather be by myself. That'll be less disappointing. Eggplant, more tongue though. Yeah, but if you gotta teach somebody the tongue thing, Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get all the hype of men that do that to themselves, that hype themselves up and then don't even bring it. Um, I guess we're gonna stay to the 3 hour mark, which we haven't done in a while. We got 10 minutes. My mouth is like glue. But oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to grab that water off the floor when my back is so jacked up. I was even contemplating of skipping my cucumbers and um celery every because it's in the crisper and I don't even know if I can bend down to that. Oh, there was that too, Jesse. It was all of it. It was all of it. It was a waste of my time. Then the first thing that brings me with her on the airplane. And like I said, I would like to have like a sweet type of romantic type of stuff with someone before I croak, but never gonna happen. Like I would like a nice sweet vacation getaway with a person and then they could just leave me alone for the rest of life. But in the weekend just treat me like I'm special and all that and then you could go. Is that too much to ask for? So it's this next scene with John Hamm. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Well, if they're not good and topless, they will be good. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, all of it was bad. Sucked all around. That was below zero, in the negatives with that one. Man, I was just couldn't wait to shut the door fast enough. That's what I couldn't wait to do. I just don't understand how they don't recognize that shit. That how do you go less than a minute and think that's okay? Like what the heck? Does it seem like a half hour to them when it's 45 seconds? I forgot to mention that the lip gloss that's a Fenty dupe is Rosy Future, the Revlon lip gloss. Which Revlon lip gloss is it? Is it Sweetums? I think you put it in before, but I forgot. I don't know if I had. It wasn't even. You guys, I wish I could tell the story. You guys know. I don't not. I'm sure not everybody has it as well, especially not skinny people. But oh my gosh, where do I save it? I'm trying to do the anime. You know when you're rough style, right? You know what I mean by that? Rough. So, you know that style? Okay. So up there there's where your thigh is, your very upper thigh. There's like a little tiny crease that's like just a little tiny crease before it gets to any major area. Do you know what I'm talking about? The little tiny crease before your area? Everybody know what I'm talking about? That's where the 45 seconds went. Okay? So it wasn't even, Smex because that's where it went. And it was over. Yes. You got. So now you know what I mean by. Yeah, yeah. Right, sweetie. I was like, well, at least I didn't waste my whole. Oh my god. I can't believe I told you this. Oh, please don't let him see this. Uh, really? Well, that's why I was like, at least I didn't waste it for 45 seconds. Right, does he? It was so crazy to me. Uh, yeah. No, there was protection, so nothing went on me, too. But yeah, it was like the attempt to get it in there was it couldn't even get that far because it was over. It's really like this dude just creased me. Shit. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that out loud. But damn, some people are stupid. uh, no, that wasn't even. She wasn't even happy with no 45 seconds. It wasn't. I don't even think it was 45 seconds. I swear it was. Oh my gosh, I know this is gonna come back to me, but I swear it was. Literal. I'm not playing, you guys. Not joking. Literal pump and a half, and it was done. Really, for real. In the crease. That's why I said I didn't waste my whole. At least I would have felt violated if it did get there. You know what I mean? Uh, the time wasted. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they hid that. They're hiding all the messages now. No, no, Desi. This was in. We were both in our 40. No, not yeah, 40s, like early 40s. No, forget that. That's not even. You think somebody's like that's worth sitting on it? Hell no. You gotta whatever it's called, earn that shit. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said this, you guys. I'm embarrassed, but I'm cracking up because I'm telling you, this this was a story to be told. If you guys just knew the whole story as a whole, you guys would really be cracking up. I know nothing's, but you can't have fun on YouTube with anything. They want you to be like vanilla ass, people. Oh my gosh, you guys! If I come up missing, that means the person knows who I was talking about, and they came to kill me. Oh my gosh. Uh, how did they survive? That's. Wait a minute. So they already caught on that we're talking about Crease, whatever. Because Sweep said, "How did he survive his 40s and being a Crease?" That's what. And like I said, obvious. It was obvious that other people were obviously fine with it, and I'm like, wow. Either the people do not care about getting theirs or anything, or there's just way more intimidation when they're around me. But fuck all that. You couldn't get your crunch and munch on. You got to direct that, like, and then you couldn't even do that. Like, come on. And that is why the dog got the creeps. Oh my god. I can't increase. Well, that's what it is. Is there friction? I there must be because and I was trying to I was trying to like feel back there like to see if I could try to see what it feels like, but I can't reach back that far. In that position, I can't. So yeah, I'm wondering there has to be like um because even what I could reach or whatever, the area feels like nice and soft and stuff. It's just like what were you doing, sir? Oh my gosh. But like I said, for me, I laughed at it and everything, and I'm like, I don't like having, feeling like I gave somebody something if I didn't get anything out of it. And I really didn't give him nothing because he didn't get there. So in the end, it made me happy, but I was laughing at that for fucking, I still laugh at it, and it's been years. Good thing that wasn't my last encounter with anybody, because I would have regretted that. Tell me you. And no, I really, like I said, I really think he thought we had a wonderful time. And he kept on trying to come back around. And I'm like, no, bitch, for what? For what? He thought he hit the roast beef sandwich. You didn't even get there to the. Yeah. And like I said, for me, I laughed, and it's a story, and I'm like, I didn't waste my precious stuff for that. Not for a stroke and a half. Literally, I swear it was a stroke and a half. I remember because words were saying right after those words were said, it was over. Let's see how much words was it. 5 words were said and it was over. Believe me. I'm gonna go, well, the next girlie will be saying something. Uh, Desi, they held it, but Desi said, girl, if he tries to come back, then your crease must be legit, girl. He tried to come back because so many times. It's crazy. For real. Oh my gosh. Please. We gotta hope this person never sees this. Your crease needs a trophy. Oh my gosh. My stomach's hurt. Oh my goodness. I think she should bleach and make it pretty. No way, shoot. Well, he was definitely into, yeah. Yeah. And that's why I say talking all this smack, that was the biggest part about it. If there wasn't smack talked all before, I don't think I would have thought about it too much. I would have just been like, oh, well, this isn't going to happen again. But because there was so much shit talking beforehand, and calling me like I was a boring person. Because like I said, we were early on in life. I didn't know shit. I didn't do shit. You know what I mean? Um, so I could understand that. But talking mad shit like you're gonna bring something to the table, and you the one that never improved on anything, like that's crazy. So that's what made it so funny to me. Other than that, I would have been like, okay, this is just never going to happen again. But it's like you talked mad shit leading up to this point. Mad shit. Oh my gosh. I always be spilling my secrets. You guys don't be telling me no stories. Um, Let me make sure nothing else was hidden. Um, it is, and so hilarious. Yeah. It's I like I said, it's a story to really go down in history for real. It brings all the boys to the crease. Oh boy, it does feel like nice there. Like I said, I couldn't do the whole wonder how he whatever, but when I felt the air, I was like, oh, that's soft, and I could see something, but come on, you gotta get past that, and to get to the main part, and it was over before that. Shit. Um, what does it got it? Sweet wait, who? What? That's why I haven't had like a ton of whatever, but I've had a lot of experience with stuff when it comes to certain things. So I always have a bunch of stories to tell. But yeah. And then after that, I really only had one encounter that I just planned out for a weekend. And that was somebody old too, but that was way better in ways, but they totally sucked as a person in general. So I was like, oh, I didn't even like them around me. So I stopped messing with them too. We are, no, you better not. You better not, Gene. I'm gonna. I should write a story about it for real. Bro, I said I was write the short story. I would write it out if I knew this person doesn't listen, but like I said, they are stalkerish. But it makes me happy. She's her own woman. We have to. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I gotta hop off here before I get too hydrated for anything. Put in Purple Panties, book 3. Yeah, I'm telling you, I would write it out, but it's just because this, like I said, we already have the proof. We already came in here before, so I can't be having fun, even though I want to. Um, and then if you listen to that part, it's like, oh well, you shouldn't have pre-humped something, man. I'm sorry, and not notice the difference. Oh no, but I hope, like I said, I hope maybe the beginning of the live was too boring, so he didn't get to the last part of it. Hey, one of these times you guys are gonna have to tell some story like that. I know people had something similar. You can change no, because the details are what makes the story. Like, uh, he didn't even know it was a crease, so I can say it was a crease. Um, but the details tell the story, so I know he would know. I couldn't leave out certain things. It was pretty obvious. Like I said, even from when I said he knows. If he listens, he knows. You shouldn't have been that way. That's all I gotta say. You hype up yourself to be some great thing. Maybe some person's in your ear hyping you up, but they are wrong. No, I never know. I just well, how I just was like, bye. No, he never knew. Yes, sweetums. Yeah, yes. I told you it was like he laid down and he was like, "Oh, just give me 30 minutes and we'll do it again." Like it was something great to wait another 30 minutes for. I was like, "Nope, I'm all right. You could go." No, before we all leave, we must introduce yourself to our days. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he never knew, but now if he listens to us, he'll know. And then we'll be, I don't know, get some rage or something. But, yeah. I'm gonna go. We've been on for a little over 3 hours, and I gotta get my mouth rehydrated again. Oh, I hope I can pick up that water. Why? Oh my god, they smell so bad. You had to handle it yourself after, really. Afterwards, didn't even feel like nothing. That's how much that disappointed me. Shoot. That was just like, whoa. Yeah, I gotta go get some water and get off here and hydrate and stuff. Well, we went through all the emotions. Well, I'm glad it got intense for a moment, and I'm glad I could tell a story that made us crack up. You know, we went from. That's why I said this. It's the best thing to go through the emotions like that. It's like we're just talking about something, then we went through tears, and then we could laugh. You know, that's a good thing. I think that helps the process of everything so much more because it tells you that no matter if you're in your deepest, darkest moment of suffering, that you could go somewhere and laugh. That means that you're healing in a way, you know. So always remember that. Waterfall. Water is not an option. What do you mean? Water's not an option. I'm about to go get it. Waterfall. Or is that what you're calling? You're naming my stuff Waterfall? Alright, well, just remember, Sweetums, if when you do go back, because I know that you said you were, remember that we did not delete your stuff. It was by mistake. Um, thank you, man. I really benefited from this. You're welcome. Gina. Alright, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Sweet comes. Oh my goodness. Sweet dreams. Good night.